everyone, welcome back to That's Some Idea. I'm Erica. If you are returning, hey, it's been a while since you've seen my face on the screen. If you are new here, hit the subscribe button and come hang out. A little bit of a chatty intro. I have been gone most of July, and if you've kind of seen from some of my vlogs in the last couple of weeks, as well as my shorts, my short form videos, I have been all over France. I have family in France, and so we decided to travel there for some time in July and hang out and then explore. We were in Paris for a while and then also spent some time on the southwest coast in Biarritz. In France, just right on the Spanish border. And if you saw from one of my shorts, you noticed that we did go into Spain for a day. And it's been a really, really long time since I've gotten to go back to Spain. I went when I was young and I absolutely love the country. So I had a little bit of tears of joy when we went in. So I hope you have seen a lot of the shorts and you've seen a lot of my longer form vlogs of some of the places that I've been, some of my bucket list places, and then as well as one of the most special places that I love in Paris. So check those out. Those are linked in my vlogs playlist. I'll put a link to them for you to watch. But this haul is all of the goodies that I got along the way while I was there, as well as some of the goodies that were given to me, and I will explain that. So without further ado, grab a drink, come hang out, and come see all the fun stuff that I got while I was in France. I will start with some of the clothes. It's fun to go shopping for my littles in France because we do like to get shirts that have actual French written on them. A lot of times in France, they do have a lot of shirts that have English. So we do look for things that have actual French words, or it's more of a traditional French brand in France that we can have for our kids, and we like finding the fun stuff for them. So I will share those first. This one is for my daughter, and I love this because in typical French fashion, it is striped, and I absolutely loved striped shirts from France. And it has just a little heart on it, super cute, so she can have that for school. And then for my son, we got him a collared shirt, and this is also striped and has a little logo right there. Super cute, so got that for him. And then we got them both the same t-shirt, but we got my son a red t-shirt, and then we got my daughter a white t-shirt. And this has just a spread of everything on the southwest coast, and it just says like, we love being on the southwest for France. And so it just has all kinds of things like chocolat and océan and you know, montagne for the mountains. So that was super cute. So we got my son a red one, and then we got my daughter a white one, so that they can have those. And then they can explain to their friends what the words mean, because my children are bilingual. I probably haven't said that before on a video, but my children do speak French. I am slowly learning. It is my third language that I actually learned. I spent a really long time speaking Spanish. And in fact, I have a minor degree from the university I went to in Spanish language and literature. So now I'm pivoted and I've had to learn a third language, and I'm learning French. So it's been fun to do that. And then for me, you know, because it's me, and I had done a previous video where I got lots of things to travel with and lots of different clothes to travel with in the summertime. I did lots of linens. I still grabbed linen while I was there. This is made in Italy, and it's just wonderful and airy and I just absolutely loved it, and I love the color, and it's a 3/4 sleeve. So I grabbed that for myself. And then I also grabbed, I don't really know what kind of, it's more like a cap sleeve. It's not a cutoff, it's more of a cap sleeve, but I absolutely love this. It's V-neck, it's knitted. Is this also made in Italy? No, this is France. But I absolutely love this sort of cap sleeve. Again, stripes. You just can't go wrong in France with stripes. Sort of knitted sweater shirt. Grab that for myself. And this is absolutely hilarious, this last knitted outfit. Every time I go to France, I end up getting one of these sweater style shirts because I absolutely love the fit of it. And I never can find something like this in the United States. I don't know why I look, but I always end up getting one when I go to France. So I have about 3 or 4 of these right now, but I just can't help myself. These are more of a boat neck style sweater, a little bit bigger, maybe not necessarily boat neck. It's like a larger crew neck style sweater. And I absolutely love, obviously it's striped. Again, there's a theme here. In France, it's stripes. But it's striped, you can see, and it's striped on the sleeves. And the reason that I always love to get these sweaters is because I absolutely love this design, this style. Every sweater that I've gotten from France has these sort of buttons that go down the shoulders. And I just love the fit of it, and I love the style of it. I don't see this in the States very often, so when I get it in France, I tend to pick one up. So I did grab another one for myself. This is light. This is more of a fall and spring style shirt, I would say. It's a little too light for the winter, but I love having these. They're just wonderful to wear with, you know, a pair of jeans and a pair of boots, you know, a pair of leather style riding boots, like the calf high boot. So love that. Grab that for myself. And then it wouldn't be going to France without a pair or pairs of espadrilles. And I ended up getting 2. Again, striped theme. I got blue and white striped espadrilles. And then I'm gonna show you these, but I did wear them while I was in France, so please be kind. But these are white canvas espadrilles, and I absolutely I wore these everywhere. You saw me walking on the ocean bridge in Biarritz with these. You also saw me walking on the ancient tile floor in Notre Dame with these. So these definitely got their wear, and they're just absolutely wonderful, and they're comfortable. They do have an inside of like rope style bottom. The sole is rubber, so these will last me a long time, and they're just so comfortable to wear. So I got 2 pair of those to bring back here to the States. And then the last sort of, I don't really know if it's clothing, it's more of an accessory, but everybody in the Southwest had these, and I absolutely wanted one. They had them on the beach, they had them in the markets, and they were just the vibe. And I looked everywhere for one that just would encompass what I wanted here in the States, and I found one. I paid a pretty penny for it, but that is okay for me because it is handmade. It is hand woven and hand sewn in Madagascar, and it's beautiful. And it is this bag. I absolutely love these style bags for shopping, for beachwear, for summer wear. They're just gorgeous, and you can totally tell it's been handmade. You can see the top of the, you know, the leather, the way it's been sewn on, the way it's been woven. I did end up paying about 35 euros for this. And I don't know what the breakdown is for American dollar, but it was worth it to me to have, and it's gonna last a really long time. The inside of it is lined with a canvas style, so it's really, really well done. It's well made, and it's gonna last me a really long time, and I had to have it, and I'm just so excited. So that's sort of the last, I guess, accessory clothing thing. we're just gonna, go random here. So in one of my previous hauls, I had gotten for like things that I was packing, suitcases and stuff, I had grabbed a adult coloring book that was more of like Forest Fairy style. I found more coloring books in France and I had to have them. The first one I got was, this is gonna be so great for my theme journaling. I could not. This is Small Worlds Special. So it is small worlds inside of glasses or bottles. And I have not seen something like this in the United States. So into the cart it went where we were, and it came home with me in my suitcase. And you can see this is more of like a bottle cloche. And there's just, there's a scene inside the bottle. And I just absolutely could not, this looks like, let's see what here, like there's a frog sitting in a pond with trees inside of a bottle. Almost looks like a terrarium. You could not say no. I couldn't say no. Ladybugs in their mushroom house. Can we just, yes, it just came home with me. So that was the first one I got. And then the second one I got is French themed. And it is the 60 sites that celebrate France. Colorage. And I'm not gonna do too much French citation on here because I'm still learning and I still tend to butcher a lot of words. But if you followed my vlogs, I do believe that Chambord is in here, Notre Dame is in here, there's the Alps in Provence, just beautiful. There's even old medieval towns. You can kind of see there's a lot of medieval towns in France that have walls around them still, or they've been, built on sort of smaller mountain tops and you have to travel in through them. You can't get in by car. You have to stop at the base of the mountain and you have to walk up by foot. And that's not something that Americans are used to, but it's just wonderful to do in France. It's just a whole nother world and I absolutely love it when I go. So this was an absolute steal. And France does have two mountain valleys, or two mountain ranges in it, valleys. There are already valleys and mountains, but it has two mountain ranges. It has Les Alpes in the northeast by like Switzerland, and then it also has the Pyrenees on the south, on the border with Spain. So it does have two mountain ranges in it, and if you are an American watching and to understand France, it is basically the size of Texas. And Texas is very large. So France does have varying climates like the United States does, but just within the realm of the size of Texas, just to give you a size analogy of what we're looking at. But this was a find. So I did grab that for myself. And then on one of my vlogs, I took you to the Chateau de Chambord. And Chambord is, it was a bucket list item of mine. I have been to Versailles several times. I've been on the inside of Versailles and I've been on the grounds of Versailles, all the way to Marie Antoinette's little village, and to Le Petit Trianon, which was her sort of secret hideaway on the grounds of Versailles. But I had never been to Chambord, and I really, really wanted to go. So this time we did get to go. It's about a 2-hour ride, car ride from Paris to get there. So it really is a day trip, but it is so worth it. And you actually really get to walk around a lot more in Chambord than you would in Versailles. Versailles is a little bit more roped off to go through. Chambord has that sort of roped off areas that you could kind of go back and watch my vlog, but not as many. And the fact that you could get on the top of Chambord was just insane. And if you did watch my vlog, I have a severe fear of heights. So it took everything in me to be on the top of Chambord because it is very high. And to take the photos that I did and take the video shots that I did. So I have to sort of pat myself on the back for having the bravery to do it because I was shaking the whole time I was on that top floor. But from Chambord, I was so excited. You've heard me talk about I love tea. And I saw these and just couldn't believe it. So these are made in France. They're sourced in France. These are teas that Chateau Chambord sells. And I got the Tisane de la Cour. And this is made with lemon balm and mint and apples and hibiscus and aromas of peach and I believe cornflower. So I did grab that, and you can see Chambord right there, Tisane de la Cour. And then I also grabbed Souvenirs de France, and you can again see. And then this one is more of a fruit tea. This has apple flavors, hibiscus, red fruits, pineapple, and strawberry, blueberry, and raspberry. For a second there, I lost it. Framboise is raspberry, and fraise is strawberry. So you can see that. So I'm so excited. These are fruit teas and mint teas, and I am gonna enjoy these very much. And then because I am an avid reader and I love going to, I have a local farmer's market where I live, I grabbed this because why not? This is a canvas tote bag and it says Chateau de Chambord. So I grabbed that for myself. And then you probably also saw, I had a smaller vlog. We had lunch one day at La Jury. And La Jury is a very famous patisserie in France. And they have several locations in Paris. And they are most known for their macaroons. And I took my littles one day and we had brunch and it was so fun. We did end up getting macaroons or macarons, excuse me. But we ate them, obviously. But I kept the bag because I'm gonna journal with it. So I did keep the beautiful bag. And I also did get another canvas bag because why not? But this one, there it is. We're just canvas bagged out now. So something also that I like to do while I'm there, one, because it helps me to read French and to pronounce words and to understand cooking, is I love to get their sort of small handheld cookbooks, and for easy cooking, for easy French cooking, and for easy Mediterranean style cooking is usually what I go for while I'm there. And I did pick up one cookbook because last year when I was in France, I brought home like 5. So this time I just brought home one. But this cookbook has 100 recipes in it, and in English it just says just one plate or just a plate. And it has 100 recipes, very easy recipes, and most of them have like 6 ingredients or less. And they're usually like one pot recipes that you can use, and they do everything from just vegetables to a meat and a vegetable, or a meat and a potato, or a soup, or fish. And it shows, and the reason that I love these books is because it shows the actual photo of what the food is, and then underneath it tells you what it is in French so that you can easily follow along. And the directions are very easy to understand, and it kind of shows you like a prep time, a cook time, how many people it feeds. You can see the little happy face right there. So I absolutely love that because it's easy for me to continue to learn French and then also be able to cook really simple and healthy meals. So I did get that for myself. I'm so excited to have that. And if you also watched from one of my shorts, we did end up going to Disneyland Paris for one day. You usually can do, you can do a good chunk of the park in one day. If you do go, they have a couple of other areas that you may have to take 2 days. I know they have a really big special park for Ratatouille, the story of Ratatouille, which is something new that they did. We unfortunately didn't get to go to that park, but we did go to the main one, and just had fun and spent the day. And if you saw from my thumbnail, I absolutely had to have these ears. You can't get these ears in the States because it is Paris. And it has the Eiffel Tower on it and the Mickey ears. And we in the United States know that those are Chip and Dale. In France, that's Tic and Tac. And this is just the cutest thing. And I paid 30 euros for it. And I'm not ashamed to admit that. I had to have it. I'm a giant kid. What can I say? And then it came in a bag. Again, bag. The lovely lady at the cashier's register asked me if I wanted a bag, and I said, why not? She goes, that's going to be 2 euros extra. And I said, that's okay. So I did put the bag in it for Disneyland Paris, and it says Disneyland Paris. Yes, I'm going to get the bag for 2 euros. Thank you. And I can keep my mouse ears in it. So that was the only thing that I did end up getting from Disneyland Paris, along with little toys for my kids. They each got something. My son got a Toy Story toy, and my daughter absolutely loves Stitch from Lilo and Stitch, so she got a Stitch toy. And those also had to go in the bag, so hence the need for the bag. Not just because I love it, but that's reason enough too. And then the last few items were given to me and my daughter because I have family in France. I have a family member that knows somebody, if you will, that knows when very, very, very special discount sales are happening at Chanel. Sort of like in the United States, more like a friends and family sale, and you kind of have to know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody when those sales are happening. And so these were gifted to me and my daughter, and I'm not gonna say no, it's Chanel. And these are from last season, and that's still okay. This was a Christmas overstock item, and I was gifted the Coco Mademoiselle. I was gifted the perfume, and I was gifted the perfume oil, if you will, and that's a magnet. That's why it keeps shutting. But I'm so excited because I absolutely love Chanel. I have a bottle of Chanel No. 5, and I love to wear it. And I am gonna take some of this Chanel body oil, the Coco Mademoiselle, and put it to use with the after shower powder that I have been seeing people on TikTok do, and so I'm gonna make it with Chanel. So I was so thankful for that. I was also gifted a wonderful blush from Chanel, and it comes in a little pouch. Insane. And it's this beautiful pink rose color, and I could not say no, and just to not show the mirror there, but just absolutely gorgeous. And then I was also gifted a little, along with that Coco Mademoiselle, a really pretty little jewelry pouch to keep my jewelry in when I travel, and then it ties. Just so cute. My daughter is young, and so she was gifted this sweet little leather bracelet that has a little perfume bottle on it. So cute. So that was such a wonderful treat to have, because again, somebody knows somebody that knows somebody, and I wasn't gonna say no. But that is everything that I got on my wonderful journey to France. I will go back to normal content. I may do some videos or some shorts where I do cook and show you how I use the recipes, which I absolutely love to do. So if that's something that interests you, let me know. Thanks for coming back around. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button, come hang out longer, and I will see you all on the next go around.